The summer break is over and we have made our way to the famous airfield circuit of Croft for the second half of the 2025 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championships. And as you can see, this venue is a real fan's favourite. The Toms proving very popular in the signing session behind me. And it is the perfect venue to restart the engines for the remainder of what has already been a thrilling season.
The return of the #1 competition in British motor racing.
Blast off, good getaway by Sutton. Into Hollywood they go, he takes the lead. Round one, won by Ash Sutton at Donington.
Come on, let's go.
What a start to the season.
Welcome to Brands Hatch.
De Leon for the lead on the inside. Daryl De Leon wins in the British Touring Car Championship, gets the inside line for Druids. Charles Rainford, a first-time winner in the BTCC. 3 wins for BMW, 3 different drivers. Mikey Doble chased by 2 of the most spectacular drivers. Mikey Doble wins for the first time in the BTCC.
The fastest circuit in the UK.
And it's lights out. Sutton right on the limit as the car quivers under braking. They clash. Tom Ingram's first win of 2025 comes at Ruxton. Really good getaway by Ingram, and he's already gapped Camish. Tom Ingram crosses the line at Alton Park. Dives up the inside, Sutton leads Ingram. It's a win for Ash Sutton at Alton Park.
The storyline is clear. It's a resumption of the great rivalry between Ash Sutton and Tom Ingram.
So as the season gets back underway here at Croft, it's Ash Sutton and Tom Ingram setting the pace at the top of the championship. But it's a season that's so far given us 10 different race winners across the first 15 races, including 3 first-time winners. Now, last time out at Alton Park, that man, Tom Ingram, boosted his title chances with a blistering show of pace and a race 1 win. But 4-time champion Ash Sutton bounced right back with victory in race 2 to retain his championship lead. That was followed by victory 53 for Gordon Shedden, his first of the year, as he battled the wet weather in the reverse grid race to claim his first win in 3 years. It's a familiar top 2 in the standings, as I mentioned, with only 10 points separating Sutton and Ingram. Napa duo Dan Camish and Daniel Rowbottom are the closest challengers in the chasing pack. Defending champion Jake Hill is in 5th position, followed by Adam Morgan. Tom Chilton and Josh Cook complete the top 8. Now, Napa Racing's strong start to the season sees them lead the team's competition from Team Virtue, with Restart Racing in 3rd following what has been an outstanding campaign. In the Manufacturers' Championship, it's Alliance Ford ahead of Accelerate Hyundai. Amongst the independents, it's Chris Smiley with a 7-point lead over Josh Cook, with Mikey Doble in 3rd, and Smiley's Restart Racing lead the way at the top of the independent teams. And in the rookies competition, the much coveted Jack Sears Trophy, Daryl De Leon tops the standings ahead of Charles Rainford. And so we kick off the second half of the championship here at Croft, deep in the North Yorkshire countryside, a few miles from Darlington. The fans are out in their droves once again to this beautiful venue, with the technical race circuit providing twists and turns and one of the best all-round examinations on the touring car calendar.
We are good to go. It is round 16 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Race 1 of 3 at Croft. Tom Ingram lines up on pole position. The lights go out now, and a good getaway is made by Camish. Is it as good as Ingram's? However, the answer is no. He slots in behind. Ingram covers off the inside line. Down towards Clairvaux they go for the first time. It's going to be Ingram who leads the way. Camish slots in 2nd. Doble is 3rd. Up to 4th is Rowbottom, and diving to the inside line. A good start made by Charles Rainford. He's been on his toes, hasn't he? And he's got the BMW up on the inside line. Good getaway by Rainford. Ingram dancing the car through the chicane. Chilton's run out wide, has he? Yes, he skips off the road in the background. There's a BMW in strife. I think that was Rainford too, but it's Ingram leading on that one.
Yeah, the car dancing around with not much pressure in the rear tire. Look, this is where it's quite damp on the braking area here up Proctor, up the inside of Rowbottom. But they all got round turn 1 and turn 2 so far.
There is the Chris Smiley, Gordon Shedden battles. Gordon Shedden, it was, using a lot more curve coming through the Jim Clark S's down towards Croft. Wheel lifting from Chris Smiley as the Northern Irish driver turns his way through. The Scottish driver, Gordon Shedden, looks for a way up the inside. No real gap there, but he's absolutely on the back, maybe in the back of the Hyundai now. The Restart racing car grows in width. Smiley covers off the inside and the outside line. Shedden, though, tries to go around the outside into the complex. The inside line for the next part. Smiley goes wide. Shedden gets up alongside him. Now Smiley has the road come to him, remember, because this puts him on the inside line. And now it's going to be a drag race down towards Clairvaux. And the Hyundai is ahead coming off the corner. Good battle.
Too experienced to allow that one to happen. Oh, no, they've touched.
Smiley hit the curb, came across the front of Shedden. Smiley off the road.
One beneficiary of this is actually Ash Sutton, who was 5 seconds behind Chilton, but now be right on his back. Remember the new restart procedure. They can't go when they like. They have to go once they're round the final corner and past the restart line.
And Sutton, is that with a problem? It is. Ash Sutton has slowed right down. Has he got a puncture? He has. The front right has gone down. So Ash Sutton, rather than being helped, is massively hindered. We go racing, and this couldn't be at a worse time because he's got to pit under green flag conditions, not safety car conditions. So Ash Sutton, championship leader pre-race, in the pits with a puncture. And it's going to be Tom Ingram then to take the championship lead, to take the race win. And the Team Virtue Hyundai then now comes out of the hairpin, heading up towards the line. The team gets ready to celebrate. Tom Ingram wins race 1 at Croft. Tom Ingram wins the first race of the day with Dan Camish second, Senna Proctor third across the line. Then it's Rowbottom, Chilton and De Leon to round out the top 6. And another really impressive drive by Tom Ingram. Round 17 is go. Good getaway this time around by Camish. Good start by Rowbottom as well. Not a mega start by De Leon. And again, Camish tries to go to the inside. That's covered off by Ingram. Camish tries the outside line on the run down to Clairvaux. Rowbottom tries the outside against Proctor. Camish looks for a way past Ingram. Here comes Chilton at the inside of Rowbottom, going in towards the right of Hawthorne. The Hyundai almost up alongside the Ford as they come through the corner, but Rowbottom just stays ahead.
And the other one to watch, of course, is Ash Sutton, starting at the very back after a puncture in race 1. The 2 BMWs side by side, De Leon on the inside, Rainford on the outside.
And Charles Rainford just about stands his ground. There's a very rapid Toyota of Aaron Taylor-Smith in the mix as well, just getting up past the Hyundai there. So the BMWs are together. Sutton for the top 6, I would offer you here, given the way that we know he can go. But it's Ingram, Camish, and then Rowbottom. First, second, third. Rowbottom, remember, is on that quicker, soft tyre. Now look, Dan Camish is hanging on to that second place, isn't he? He's not just rolling over and letting Rowbottom go. He's made him work for this, but eventually Dan does get up the inside. And again, look, Chilton tries to find a way through as well. So now Rowbottom is released. He sets off in pursuit of the race-leading Ingram, heading up to the complex. Chilton's trying to get through, and now Camish becomes really useful to try to block him, but up the inside does go Chilton. And this is where the Hyundai gets the job done off the corner. So Camish is 4th. It's Ingram, then Rowbottom, then Chilton, then Camish, the leading 4 as they come over the line. Right for the race lead, Ingram versus Rowbottom. And now perhaps Ingram ought to make that car as wide as possible just to help bring Tom Chilton back into the equation, his teammate.
Yeah, well, we've seen in the past that Chilton is capable of winning, but Ingram doesn't put up a fight. He chooses to let through Rowbottom without much of a fight. I think he knows there's too long to go in this to hold off a car as quicker. Oh, and through goes Chilton as well. So Ingram really is not fighting this one. He's now still leading the hard-tired runners, and he'll have Camish behind. There's only the 4 cars, the first 3 from race 1, and Nick Hamilton on the hard tyre. Everyone else has got the advantageous soft. Back to the lead. De Leon up the inside of Camish. And
Morgan's going to have a go the other side, isn't he? So this is where you see the cars on that slower, harder tyre really hobbled. So the leader comes through. It is Dan Rowbottom still clear, but Daryl De Leon is having a really, really good push here in the BMW, which looks far more at home at Croft in this race than it has in others. Over the line they go, and the gap's gone up. Rowbottom was 8/10 ahead. He's now 1.2 seconds clear of Chilton. It's Ingram 3rd, and Daryl De Leon in 4th place. And this has been a mighty drive by Dan Rowbottom. He comes then up now towards the complex. It's going to be 2nd place for Tom Chilton. It's going to be 3rd for Daryl De Leon. And so it's another win for the Napa Fords, but this time around it's for Dan Rowbottom. Last corner, turns his way through the hairpin. The checkered flag is at the ready, and honours in round 17 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship go to Dan Rowbottom. It's a Robo win at Croft. Second place for Tom Chilton, third to Darrell de Leon, and then Adam Morgan is going to be fourth. And look at this for fifth. Sutton and Rainford absolutely nose to tail as they come across the line, but Ash Sutton fifth from 20th on the grid. And as the lights blink out now and we go racing, should be a good start by Moffat. It is. It's a good getaway by Rainford on that hard tyre as the cars run down towards Clairvaux for the first time. Aidan Moffat has the advantage. Look at Ash Sutton on the outside line already making progress. Moffat and Ingram go toe-to-toe. Ingram right round the outside. There's contact. He's sideways. Can he hang on to a big slide? Yes, he can. Through on the inside line goes Moffat. Rainford up to second. And the save of the day is Tom Ingram. He's down to third, but that could have been a whole lot worse. Wow. Sutton's made good progress. De Leon runs out wide. So Tom Ingram is still there in third place, but he's about to go second. Look at the inside of Rainford, and he clatters his way up alongside. He gets hung out to dry on the outside coming out of the Jim Clark. Yes, he's down to Barcroft. Here comes Sutton up the inside. He's in the back of Rainford. Charles Rainford on that harder tyre. He's hanging on to second place as Moffat escapes up the road. Sutton clears Ingram. Then he's done it. He's gone by. And now he makes a move against Rainford on the run up to the complex. Rainford defends from Ingram. That opens the door for Sutton, and Ash Sutton goes round the outside. Here comes Shedden on the outside of Ingram. What a first lap. Sutton elbows out, goes second. Now Rainford spirited defence, but it's going to be Moffat leading at the end of lap one with Sutton second, and Ingram is still fighting. Look, he's at the inside of Rainford. Shedden's on the outside, but what a lap by Sutton. Towards the go board, and then he can floor the throttle, which he does now. He gets away, and the cars run down towards Clairvaux. This is where Sutton thinks about making a move for the lead, but also having to defend from Ingram. Look, as they dive down towards that first corner, the first right-hander, Aidan Moffat leads, and he's got away by 3 lengths as Sutton versus Ingram for second place rages on.
Yeah, there's a bit of angst in this meeting already. Oh look, Ingram right up the inside of Sutton, and Sutton has to take through the chicane. He'll say he was forced out wide, but the Hyundai is very quick on the straight.
And Ingram's got the inside line going to tower, and Sutton stands on the brakes. The rear of the car almost lifting there, but Ingram's got the inside line and will go through. Tom Ingram has done it, so he's up to second spot. Sutton's not going to like that, and he will fight back. Now Ingram thinks about a move heading up to the hairpin, but Sutton wants to make the move on Ingram, tries to get the switch back, but there's contact between Sutton and Shedden. Shedden's turned round. Sutton leads at the end of the lap. What a move! Wow. He goes from third to first, and there was contact with Gordon Shedden, and Ash Sutton leads at the end of the lap, and that was absolutely brilliant. So there you've got Proctor versus Ingram, who's going to have a go on the inside, heading into the hairpin. Door opens for him. Ingram up to second place. Nicely done. So Tom Ingram, who was way back in fourth, relatively way back, now up into second place, and the fight back continues. I don't suspect he's going to get close enough to attack Sutton, but he's thinking points now. Don't forget, he's got the fastest lap point as well at the moment as he goes through Clairvaux. It is going to be win number 6 at Croft and win number 5 of this season for Ash Sutton, who accelerates towards the checkered flag and a 47th career win. Sutton wins race 3 at Croft. Tom Ingram is second, and third across the line is Senna Proctor. Then it's Gordon Shedden ahead of Adam Morgan, and Aidan Moffat is going to round out the top 6 after a tough race. Mikey Doble's had a tough day as well, and he's still fighting as he gets up the inside and into the side of Dexter Patterson. Clatters his way up the inside. Is he going to force the issue and stay ahead or give the place back? He's going to be ahead as they cross the line, and that's another one that'll get looked at possibly at the end of the day. But hey, it's race 3, and it's kind of what you expect.
So that is it for now. A huge thank you to Jay, Tim and Paul, who have been the perfect co-drivers for me throughout the course of the afternoon. Next up, this Titanic Championship battle rolls on to Knock Hill. We'll see you then.